Wait. We got Rory on Vox and guitar and keyboards, Olly on bass, Daniel on strings and pedals, and Jackson on skins and pedals. It's pretty much accurate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, you have been described as alternative rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heavy dream pop.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. That's not a term I coined, but like.
New grunge.
Not heard that one.
Kinda, maybe. We've got kind of a bit of grunge in us, but like.
Continuous?
Yeah.
We'll say yes.
Alright.
We've stolen enough from Nirvana as it is.
Yeah.
I've stolen enough from Kurt
How about
Cobain.
Generation Z, shoegaze, new wave, post-punk revival, indie punk, pop, noise rock?
I think we'll start going with that from now on.
So do you believe genres matter?
No.
Not really.
I wouldn't say
we,
so.
We steal from so much these days. We're products of a generation where it's just kind of like we borrow and take so much because we have access to so much. You can listen to everything from prog bands from the 70s, where psychedelic bands from the 60s, and like, you know, hip hop from the 90s.
I mean, they're useful for fans, finding you guys Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, they're good description.
And they're useful for deaf fans as well. You guys have been turned into an APA, so what would you be if you were a meal?
Happy one. A McChicken.
Just a McChicken, just a single McChicken.
Wait, chicken korma. I've changed my answer. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe
Chicken korma, oh, yeah.
man.
So, Rory, you used to play bass in the band.
Yes.
So what happened there?
Just had some change arounds in the lineup, and Ollie has been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. I knew that he'd started to play guitar and bass, so I was like, hey, do you want to join in on this thing that we're doing? And he was like, yes!
Yeah.
That's
So,
it.
I noticed Ollie uses chords at the beginning of Pursuit. So,
Yes.
are you secretly a guitarist?
Yeah.
Well, Rory wrote those chords at the start, so.
I did.
And then you needed someone to... It's like, yeah, we need these really deep chords, not a note, we need
'cause, like,
chords.
I mean,
There were more on the
there
album.
were more, but we had a producer tell us off for having too many
We had an intervention.
Yeah. About the bass.
In hindsight,
too
was-
many
was-
chords.
was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, first album had a lot of bass chords as well. You
Yeah.
had a lot of bass chords on that first album, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, definitely.
Oh, so maybe your style playing on the bass, that you play quite a
Yeah.
lot of chords on the
But
bass?
I am also originally a guitarist and write everything on
Yeah.
guitar.
In hindsight, the 1 and the 5 on the bass work, but like most other kind of combos sound very muddy. And
One of you guys are really sick, but it's a really important gig, okay?
Mhm.
Alright? So you have to revive a musician, living or dead, to take that person's place. And they can learn all their parts to the best of their ability within that one day, okay? So, who would each of you choose?
I choose Lars Ulrich to replace Jackson.
Oh yeah! Who would replace Ollie?
Coolio.
Les Claypool,
Yeah!
Oh yeah. Who's gonna replace Daniel?
Johnny Greenwood.
It's either gonna be Kevin Shields or Omar Rodriguez Lopez.
Yeah, I
It's one of
would
the
choose
two.
Omar.
It's
I
gonna
would
be one of
definitely
the
choose Omar.
two.
Who's gonna replace Rory?
Like that. Like that. 100%.
Yeah, right. So I've read your influences include Arctic Monkeys and Radiohead. If you could make a dream band with one member from each of those two bands, so two members from those two bands, what would you do? What's the combo?
Alex Turner and Tom York.
Yeah.
Johnny Greenwood is good.
Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah,
I want to see what Johnny Greenwood, Alex Turner, and Tom York would put out, but that probably ended up
Yeah.
as a shouting match. Who knows?
Wait, but we got to choose a drummer as well. Is it going to be Phil or is it going to be what's his name?
Phil,
Yeah,
keeper of the
bit of
Bears.
Phil. We love a bit of Phil.
I'd like to hear Nigel, that Radiohead bass lines,
Yeah.
but with Alex Turner vocals.
So I had an idea. So if I had to replace all four of you to make a new Voodoo Blue, I'd go Rory replaced with Paul Banks from Interpol,
Yes!
Ollie replaced with Simon Gallup from The Cure, or Peter Hook.
I rate that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Daniel replaced with Thurston Moore,
Yeah,
Yes.
and Jackson either replaced with Abe Cunningham from Deftones or Queens of the Stone Age era Dave Grohl.
I mean, I've been listening to
Good band.
Deftones a lot
Yeah.
recently, so I'd take a.
So you guys have to point to the person in the band that likes this band, okay? So if it's you, keep your hand down, okay? I know who it is. Okay, so who's the fan of Aphex Twin? Point to the member. Oh, yeah. Metallica? Yes. Susie and the Banshees? Nine Inch Nails. And
Yeah,
pointing at each other. The National?
I love the National.
The Cure? Blonde Redhead.
Me and him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
introduced me to blonde redheads, so.
Oh, okay,
And
alright.
beyond the one song on Rick and Morty, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gorillaz?
Again, all of us. Oh,
Yeah.
Mostly Rory.
More Rory? Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that has a 2E tattoo, so.
Pavement?
Daniel.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with Blonderedhead,
Yeah.
where Daniel got me into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Placebo? Yeah, Jackson. And My Bloody Valentine.
Again, it's all
All
of us.
over, okay. So which New Zealand band would you enjoy doing an opening slot for?
Wax Chatels.
I kind of want to do Night Lunch.
Night Lunch would be cool.
Night Lunch would
Yeah.
be fun.
Question about the two albums. So I got Blessed Ghost first, and then Jacobus. So Jacobus is like an imaginary friend, sort of.
Yes.
Or it's an extension of the self. Is a Blessed Ghost a fictional lover?
It was originally. That was actually the original idea for the album, but I decided to can it halfway through. I don't think any of the lyrics from that version of the... It's funny that you bring it up though, because none of the lyrics from that version of the album are on the final product. It is sort of about the reflection of yourself, I guess. So it's sort of a mix of what's going on in Jacobus and also I guess a little bit of what you brought up there. So that is interesting.
Is it a concept album? Or was it a concept album and then it just became a collection of songs?
It was definitely always written with the concept in mind. I wouldn't say it's like a full-blown opera of it starts here and then it goes through all the shit. It's just
There is kind of like a start and end point though.
Yeah, there definitely is.
When we recorded it, we recorded the first song
Yeah.
through to the last song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense, at least to us, in the track list that it goes.
It's not full on Tommy or something like
Yeah.
Who. It's still
But
there's a progression there. There's there's a progression. There's a narrative. And just a bunch of ideas that have been strung together.
Themes and stuff. And starting off with the voicemail and it's sort of So the album cover's red. It's got the word blue on it, spelt wrong. Are you guys just trying to mess people's heads up, or?
I think
You
so.
can buy a Voodoo Blue vinyl, and the vinyl is blue.
Maybe next album is going to be yellow or green or something like that.
Brown album,
the Brown album.
Yeah.
That'll
So
be the next one.
I'm gonna read some song titles: Younger Then, Older Now, Lost Connection, Tomorrow Person, and 9th of July 2019. All right. So what is the Peter Pan complex, and how important is that to you guys?
I mean, it comes up a lot, really. Just this whole thing of time. It's something you shouldn't worry about a lot, but I think we've written a lot about it. How do you explain the Peter Pan complex? It was originally the name for that Blink-182 song. No. What's it called? We covered it. Yeah, What's My Age Again? That was
Right, yeah. Now your albums have got antique technology, kidnapping the self, concept of being chased, taken somewhere else. Do you feel your tunes about being dragged into something? Pulled into something by yourself?
I haven't even thought about this. I haven't thought about the things that I've written about.
But lyrically there's things, and it's sort of like, oh well, who have you got to blame for that? You've got to blame yourself. And then in the music video, you're kidnapping yourself.
Of course. Why, of course? I don't know, I think... It's all just about tackling mental health in whatever ways feels natural to us as songwriters. I think that's the only way I can explain it, really.
Yeah. Sorry, there's someone in the toilet. I don't know if they're done or if they're waiting
Is
You-
there
for
actually
an
someone
opportunity
behind
to
that door?
come out.
Oh,
wait.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You may.
You come on.
enter.
It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't want to flush the toilet and ruin it as well.
It's like that episode of It's Always Sunny where Frank's tripping on acid in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dream venue to play in New Zealand.
Power station, right?
So, one of the old theatres would be pretty cool.
Oh, actually,
Oh, St James.
Yeah.
In Auckland, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because Sonic Youth played at St James when they were here in '93. Was it '93? It was on the tour for Dirty. So and you literally said through the set list the other day of that gig, and I'm like, so they had schizophrenia on there and shit like that. And I'm like, oh my god,
This is really cool.
A couple months ago, I saw Sigur Rós live in an old theatre.
Oh yeah.
And that was the most mind-bending musical performance I've ever seen. So, since that gig, I want to see one day what it's like to play on a stage where it's just people not far away but stacked in front of you.
Remember that gig that we went to at that comedy club?
Yeah.
And it looks like the Roadhouse. It
Or
was
the Red Room.
simple.
Right.
Red Room.
or the place from Blue Velvet as well. So
Just something like that would be cool.
A David Lynch bar.
Oh my god, yes, that's the dream venue to play at.
David Lynch's living room. Why not?
Okay, Rory, now, play that song again, but good this time.
Dress up as Dune characters.
That's Spice, man, that's Spice.
Spice, yeah. Sweet ass, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.